Hi, everybody. I'm Harry Donahue. Welcome to Inside Golf. Want to see my Heisman pose? Huh? What do you think? Well, actually, we're at Lulu. This is a Lulu football signed by none other than Saquon Barkley. I had information that Saquon used to come up here a little bit, at least twice. Signed a ball, it's not for sale. But if you go into the pro shop, you know what they say? Everything has a price. Coming up this week on Inside Golf, we're headed back to Orlando, where recently the PGA held its annual show. Thousands of people worldwide were there looking at the latest in golf equipment, the latest in golf, well, whatever. Plus, some big names from the game, including Jim Nantz. Is there a bigger name when it comes to golf and TV? Harry Mays and our producer Jack Flanagan caught up with the voice of golf, Jim Nantz. And it's all coming up next here on Inside Golf. The 28th season of Inside Golf is presented by Destination Monco Golf, the First Tee of Greater Philadelphia, the Philadelphia Association of Golf Course Superintendents, the Golf Association of Philadelphia, GAP, Jersey Man and Philly Man magazine, and Inside Golf's partner since 1998, the Philadelphia section of the PGA.
Golf is the great equalizer. For many, this journey is an escape from reality. A chance to be part of a team. A career opportunity. PGA Reach impacts lives through golf by lifting people up, giving them hope, and sending them down an alternate path that they never saw coming. With PGA Reach Philadelphia, as in life and in golf, the most important shot you take is the next one.
The Golf Association of Philadelphia. Founded in 1897, GAP is the nation's oldest regional or state golf association. We serve amateur golf in Eastern PA, Southern New Jersey, and all of Delaware. GAP welcomes all golfers, junior or senior, male or female, public or private. Join the Golf Association of Philadelphia today. Our mission is always to preserve, protect, and promote the great game of golf. Before you tee it up, look us up. Visit gapgolf.org to find out more.
Welcome back to Inside Golf. As promised, we're headed back to Orlando today. Recently, that was the site of the annual PGA Show. Everything new and some things old in the game of golf, from equipment to merchandise, whatever you're thinking about, it was on display. Harry Mays took us through the aisles at the PGA Show in Orlando.
Well, one of the biggest segments ever growing in the golf space is golf bags. And we're here at Sun Mountain with Grant Knutson of Sun Mountain, and tell us what's new for this year.
We've got a bunch of new bags around. We've been making them for 40 plus years. So while there are a lot of newcomers, we are the industry standard. We've been around for a long time, assembled in Missoula, Montana. We've got the new Match Play series, which is our premium golf bag line. We've got some collabs that you saw out there that can't mention yet, but stuff coming in the future,
coming
which
down
is
the
really
pike.
exciting.
Yeah.
The pipeline. We've got an amazing C-130 bag, which is the industry standard for cart bags. Holds as much as you need, named after the big cargo plane. And then a new Eclipse series as well, which is our stand bags, the E25, the E35, and the E35 14-way, in a variety of colors, so you can see them all. If you're doing some B-roll, you can check it out.
Sure.
Yeah.
Now, one of the issues I tend to have with golf bags is there's not enough room in the bottom, and especially now we got jumbo max grips and things like that. How do you guys handle that?
Well, there's a couple ways. One, that we have 14-way tops with individual dividers the whole way down.
They go all the way down.
All the way, and they're meant for the big grips now. Same here, if you play anything jumbo, it fits. They don't get stuck together at the bottom because the divider
goes,
so no friction, and then a separate putter well oftentimes, because even the putter grips can be size
massive.
of a tennis racket or bigger. Yeah,
absolutely. Now, what about travel bags? I see you got a travel bag over here.
Yeah, this is the Club Glider.
Glider.
And yes, I work for Sun Mountain. However, it is the best product on the market. There's nothing like it. Have you ever had a sore shoulder walking through the airport with your bag?
With a hard shell case.
A long time, yeah. And even 100 yards, you're tired. So you can roll this with one finger, holds all your bags, keeps them safe, protected, and the legs are retractable, so it goes in and out at the bottom.
Oh, wow.
I can show you here real quick.
That's pretty easy.
Just like that. So it's a game changer. It's truly a game changer.
And the top, like where the drivers and everything sit in here, is fully protected.
Fully padded with a soft shell, and a
That's
lot
terrific.
of tour pros use this on both the men's tour as well as the LPGA. We get requests where people that shouldn't have to pay for them even want to pay for them because it's so great. Yeah.
Wow, terrific. Sun Mountain golf bags, the industry standard. They've got new stuff for 2025. We're in the Unicore display, and I'm with Brian Kang, Media Marketing Manager of Unicore. Tell us about it.
Sure, thanks for coming by. So in this bay here, we're going to be showing off 2 new products for this year, since these guys are in the way. Over here we have the IXR, which is going to be our newest overhead launch monitor. It's kind of a blend, if you're familiar with our products, of the IXO and the QED. QED is rear mounted and XO was front mounted, but those two kind of came together to become the XR. The main difference between this one and the previous launch monitors is that you're going to love this, that you do not need club stickers anymore to get club data. So club speed, attack angle, all that stuff is going to be done through our AI technology. And so I don't know if you can see it over there, but it's kind of reading the club face and getting all that data just through our algorithm and the AI technology.
So you could do a club fitting right here in this booth. You can practice and get all your data, right? Mm-hmm. So tell us about the Game Day module.
Sure, so this is Game Day. It's been highly anticipated release. People have been waiting, but it's going to be our new 4K golf simulation software. So pretty standard. It comes with the driving range, course play, and then mini games, closest to pin contest. But one of the really cool features is that there's network play. So if you have a Unicore system,
right,
your buddy has a Unicore system.
In Philadelphia and you're in California, we could play together, right?
We could play together, yeah. So we could do a 2-man scramble, 4-man scramble with all the guys, or just do a head-to-head. But it's really cool because, I mean, these days, everybody moves apart,
right,
and it's really hard to get like 4 people on the same golf course physically. So when the kids go down, or you have a little bit of time off of work,
sure,
just hop on with your buddy, and play some golf.
It's hard to get a foursome together sometimes, but it'd be easy with the Game Day product.
Definitely.
Unicore, driven by innovation. Thank you.
No problem.
Well, it feels like there's 100,000 people here at this year's PGA Show, but it's always nice to run into some friendly faces from the Philadelphia area. Jeff Surratt from the PGA Philadelphia section. How's this week been for you?
Harry, it's been great. We got down here a little bit earlier on Saturday, played a little golf on Sunday. We had our section conference for 2 days where all 41 sections get together, directors and support staff. Just talk about the season and what's good and what's bad and sharing ideas. So it's a great time to learn a ton in a couple of days. And now for 2 days we'll be on the show floor, meeting with our current partners and trying to find some new ones.
Right.
And we run into a ton of our members along the way. So we I think well over 100 Philadelphia PGA members that are down here at the show this week. And we have some folks that snowbird and they do a north and a south, and then we have others that come down and play in some pro-ams and take care of some members down here and then head back up,
well, at
head
least
back home.
Somebody was playing some golf.
Yeah,
There's a lot of people back home that were playing vicariously through you as
That's right.
they suffer through 9-degree temperatures. But what specifically does the PGA section look to get out of this show?
Quite honestly, it's partners. We're looking for partners. Again, continuing those established partnerships and the relationships that we built over multiple decades. Whether it's new partners that are coming on, new products that are coming on that are looking to get exposure in the section. So a lot of every partner is a little bit different. Some want and need to sell more product, and some are just looking for that engagement with the golf industry. Whether it's entertainment or event activation, things like that.
I saw that there's over 1,100 exhibitors this year, and that this was the biggest show since 2009.
Yeah.
What makes this year the one?
I don't really know. We came off of COVID, obviously, and it was a big push, 30% growth in golf. And I think it took a couple of years for the show to catch up. So it's great to see the excitement around golf again and continuing that ride, off of that COVID boom.
Well, we know you always have a busy calendar in the Philadelphia section. What are some of the big events you got coming up this year?
We certainly have our staples, the Haverford Trust Golf Classic, which is fantastic. Mr. Cannell and the folks from Haverford Trust. We have our new Silvercrest Cup Championship, which is wonderful. Alan Gray and the folks from Silvercrest. So they're, two of the highlights. And then, you look at some of our other staple events. Our section championship is going to be at Concord Country Club in August. Our senior champ and our women's champ are always great. Our assistants champ. And then we have, our PGA Reach, PGA Reach Philadelphia, those events. So we have this year we're going to have 20 different Hope chapters, serving our veterans. Last year we served over 1,000 veterans at 15 chapters last year. So growth there. We're going to see our Hope Cup continue this year, which is fantastic. So a lot of really great stuff. Our junior tour will have, close to 100 events on our calendar this year. We had over 900 kids on the tour last year.
Wow.
So again, looking to continue that growth in golf. Our junior tour is a staple in the area as far as, junior golf and growing the game. And then, from a PGA Reach standpoint, the things that are other than golf, where we can impact the community in a positive way, and just kind of rising tide lifts all boats. So, it's great for the community, but it's also great for our PGA members and our brand.
Right. Well, we look forward to covering a few of those events on Inside Golf. Enjoy the rest of the week,
Harry.
Jeff.
Appreciate it.
Thanks, Harry, and we'll be right back. More from the 2025 PGA Show in Orlando coming up next on Inside Golf.
Most golfers spend weeks and even months planning their dream golf vacation, researching transportation, lodging, and tee times. But not you, Doug.
Not me.
Not you. All you have to worry about is piping your drive on this iconic hole you've wanted to play since you were 9. Cause you booked your golf vacation with All Access, and they took care of everything. Clear your mind, Doug. Ouch.
Heaven.
All Access. Sadly, we have to leave the golf to you.
We're in the Srixon Cleveland booth at the PGA Merchandise Show, and I'm here with Casey of Srixon Cleveland, and you see Shane Lowry right over my left shoulder here. You see, if you watch any golf, you're seeing Srixon and Cleveland all over the place, one of the biggest brands out there. Tell us about what's new with the golf clubs this year.
Yeah, so we've got the new ZXi line, which is going to be our Woods and Irons series. With the Woods this generation, we're going to be introducing iFlex technology. So this is a thinner face technology for a little bit more ball speed across the face. And we're going to have 3 models, which is kind of new for our line, a Max, a Standard, and an LS to fit a wider range of golfers with essentially 3 different spin profiles in a still relatively forgiving profile across the 3 models. Along with the line, we're also going to be offering a fairway wood and a hybrid with adjustable hosels this time around, so for fine-tuning that performance, along with the adjustable weights that are going to be offered in different configurations on each of the drivers for a really custom fitting experience for anybody who's looking to get clubs tuned specifically for their long game.
Right, now I referred to Shane Lowry on the PGA Tour, but you also have Brooks Koepka on the LIV Tour.
Sure.
And I know a lot of guys that aren't even necessarily signed with Srixon use Srixon irons,
yes,
especially those mid and low irons. They love them. Why is that?
Absolutely. I mean, I think the irons, the performance speaks for itself, and this generation is no different. With the ZXi irons, got the 7 Series here, which is the most popular on tour. It's truly going to be a step in the right direction when it comes to feel, even better feel than prior generations with our new condensed forging, iForge techniques that are going to make this from a softer material than ever before, but still maintain that durability and that consistency throughout rounds. And you'll see how much adoption we've already got on tour and a few wins on tour already with these irons.
Hideki.
So, yes.
Yeah. I mean, how can you forget Hideki Matsuyama, Masters champ?
Big one on our staff. So yeah, having these irons and a lot of the tour players are going to be playing a combo set. So we've got the 7 Series. Many tour players will be moving to a 5 and a 4 in the long irons in our 5 Series. But they're also going to be offered, for your average golfer all the way through our 4 Series, which is a little bit more forgiving, a little bit more distance-oriented.
More for a guy like me, maybe,
Exactly,
right?
exactly. Yeah. So a wide range there, and then our utility irons are a great option for a lower handicapper or a tour player to play off the tee or to replace those long irons when you're looking for that sort of max distance performance. Is a real good stalwart of our line. So yeah, all of these irons have our new iForge technology, which is going to be new forging processes that we've sort of adopted with our forging vendor to make everything softer and perform a little bit better than they have in the past.
Terrific. Now, what can you tell us, Casey, about these new RTZ wedges from Cleveland?
Sure. So the RTZ wedges feature our brand new Z alloy material. Now, this is a material that has never existed in any other industry and is developed by our PhD metallurgist specifically for golf.
Okay.
So that's pretty incredible
Yeah.
coming from a industry that has used 8620 for so many generations to have a material that allows us to have more discretionary mass, so we can put the center of gravity and the MOI increases where we want to have 10% better feel than 8620 in our past wedges, and also to, in our raw finish, not rust. So you're going to be getting more durability benefits over the life cycle of your wedge. It's truly a revolution and something that will set the standard for the future of our wedge design.
Wow. Cleveland and Strixon, get some in your bag. I'm here with Josh Kinchin of US Kids Golf in their fabulous display. And Josh, I wish you guys were around when I was about 7 or 8 years old, because I didn't get started in the game until I was in my 30s.
Yeah,
So
you got that right.
Tell us about it.
Yeah, so the company started in 1996 when our founder, kind of what you were speaking to, he tried to get his kids involved in the game of golf and realized that there was really nothing out there. Everything was cut down clubs that were way too stiff, way too heavy. So he really just took a wood and cut the back off of it, took a bunch of weight off of it, went over and found a guy that made him a lightweight flexible shaft, and the story was born, I guess.
Wow. Now, obviously kids grow fast.
Yes.
So if you get your kid in it at 7 or 8 years old and he's this big, and then 2 years later he's this big,
Right.
we have adjustable sizing. You can go back for another set.
Yeah. So we fit, all of our sets are sold in 3-inch height increments, and the reason why we do that is because the CDC tells us that kids grow on average between 2 and 3 inches per year. So with that being said, our kid is going to need a new set of clubs every 12 to 18 months. And at US Kids, we fit by height. We do not fit by age. A lot of our competitors in the industry fit by age, but that is completely wrong, because you can have 3 9-year-olds, and like you said, one is this tall, one is this tall, and one is this tall, and they need completely different clubs. So step 1 is we fit by height, and then step 2 is we determine the player's ability. So we have clubs, only US Kids Golf can take you from a 2 or 3-year-old that's beginning, that's never played the game before, all the way to an elite level junior golfer, which is kind of what this EP Tour line is here. For the elite level player. So super simple fitting system, and yeah, we can get you any club you need for any time you need and any ability you need.
So it's a complete set from putter on up to driver. Right?
Yeah. Driver, fairway, hybrid, yeah. The full line of clubs in 6 different configurations. So yeah, we have all the options here.
And where can people find US Kids Golf?
Yeah, uskidsgolf.com is the best place to find us. Check us out online.
You never know who you're going to run into here at the PGA Merchandise Show. We got the voice of golf, Jim Nance from CBS Sports. And Jim, what are you doing here with Titleist?
I've been with Titleist for 30 years now as an ambassador for them and narrating all their commercials around the world. One of the great gifts and blessings of my life.
Right.
First class company.
Absolutely. Anything new with Titleist?
Well, the GT driver's huge.
Okay.
I mean, it just rolled out. The commercials are about to drop. We put all those together already, but this thin-faced, faster speed driver is it's magnificent.
Well, I got to ask you one golf question. Will Rory McIlroy break through this year and win a major?
Wouldn't we all love to see that? Wouldn't it be glorious?
It'd be good for golf, right?
Be good for golf. He is great for golf. I know he's going to give it all best efforts, and it gets harder the more we talk about it. It just puts more and more, I don't know if it's expectations or pressure on his shoulders, but when that happens, because it will happen, I hope it's this year. I just hope it happens on our air at CBS.
There you go.
I would love to see it happen.
The great Jim Nance.
Well, Harry did a great job, didn't he, down there in Orlando? Pretty hard not to get excited when you're at the PGA Show every year. And next week, we'll have another edition from Orlando, Florida, and the PGA Show with Harry. All right, stay with us. Coming up next, we'll be back at Lulu for our Teed Off panel. Our Teed Off panel is brought to you by Lulu Country Club. Welcome back. Inside Golf continues from Lulu Country Club. Time for our Teed Off panel. And joining us today, Dave Zamaro. Dave is Director of Instruction at Overbrook Country Club. Good to see you, Dave.
Good to see you too, Harry.
And we have Mike Brown back with us, President of the First Tee. And guy gets around. Mike Brown gets around. That's a nice little rhyme.
Great to be here, Harry.
Always good to see you around us here on Teed Off. And Ken Phillips, he is the President, Golf Association of Philadelphia.
Thanks, Harry. Nice to be here.
Good to see you. Brownie, you played college golf at Temple under John McDonald. Still very closely associated with Brian Quinn, who's been the coach for about 20 years, the guy that runs the 1912 club. We did a show with him recently. And we talked about fundamentally today's younger golfers, including college kids, compared to, say, when you were playing at Temple or when Brian Quinn was playing at Temple 20 years ago or so. Is there a difference? If there is, what is it?
I would say the game is the same. You tee off, you got to get it in the hole. But the technology has allowed young people to be enamored by that and obsessed. And they don't play the game to just play the game. They don't see things the way Ken and I saw them as a kid. You went and you practiced, you tried all these different shots. Well, they're all mechanical. Everything becomes mechanical. And I see that's the only difference. They shoot good scores and all that stuff. They don't think about the game the way we did when we were kids. It was always creativity more so than, in our day, the ball spun and you had big hooks, and that's what you practiced because you knew you took one side of the course out of bounds. Tell you, the ball doesn't curve, but those guys are enamored by their ball speed and what's their club head speed and where they're hitting it on the face. But they're not as creative as we were when we were kids.
Right. And Dave, you see a lot because you're an instructor, right? Do you give a lot of lessons to junior golfers? Or?
Yeah, that's kind of my specialty, right? So I have a unique perspective of this topic. Seeing golfers almost every day and trying to optimize, right? And see your numbers and optimize your numbers to carry it the farthest and hit it the farthest and, to hit it the straightest and have the prettiest looking golf swing, right? That's kind of my job, right? But on the other end of that too is how do we take that golf swing to the golf course to make it produce numbers, to shoot lower scores? So I think fundamentally the younger golfers growing up have more knowledge, they understand 3D body motion, they understand all these things, but can you take it to the golf course to shoot great scores? And I just don't know if they're in that phase yet. I don't know if we've used the technology correctly to challenge these golfers to shoot better scores, to understand their games better rather than just understanding their swing.
Right. When did you start playing?
I started playing when I was 9, but I played a lot of baseball growing up, so I had a baseball grip till I was probably in high school.
Yeah, well, that's the other big difference. Back in the day, you probably played 3 or 4 sports in the course of a year. Now, whether it's parents' influence or somebody else, kids are more specialized, you know.
Golf teachers.
And when talking to Brian, he said that's probably a loss for these kids, that they don't get to experience other sports, that they concentrated too young an age on one particular sport. What do you say, would you say is the biggest difference between the youth golfers, junior golfers you see today compared to when you were growing up?
I think golf's a game of feel. So when, I grew up caddying, right? So we used balls, whatever we found. We had clubs that, my starter set was 8, 9, 7, 5. So you learn how to hit a soft 7 or whatever. It's almost like Seve, right? Seve would take a 5-iron out and hit bunker shots like we all would hit with a 60-degree wedge. I think it's about feel.
Right.
Because when you go to the practice facility or driving range at any tour event, female or male, the swings look the same. It isn't Chichi Rodriguez's swing. It isn't Lee Trevino's swing. It's a very tailored swing, and they can get a lot out of it, but it's the feel. I mean, golf's all about feel.
Is the internet a big influencer among junior golfers? I mean, like YouTube and things like that is
100%.
More than anything else, would you say?
I think so, and I think even the way that they watch golf now too, right? Like you can watch a YouTube influencer play a round of golf in 40 minutes.
Right.
Rather than sitting down and watching TV for, like we used to for hours, right? It's like they grasp onto that and the instruction piece of it, and everybody has a voice on YouTube.
Right. Do you think, Brownie, a sense of history of the game, today's kids? Are you around enough to sense whether they remember Ben Hogan, or are they more by influencers on YouTube?
Had a great example of that, Matthew Wolf, who went to live, and he made all that money, and I said to him, didn't you mind you're not playing classic golf course anymore? He said, do you mind what cubicle you sit in? Has no desire about the history or what golf courses or things like that. It's a business, and they're trying to make money. I think the young kids, they don't really have history, but I think what GAP does, what we do, you need to continue, because life is about history and what the great records were and how that all works. We need to continue to teach people there's a great history behind this game.
Yeah, and so much of it, like you mentioned, Gap and First Tee here in Philly, is right here. It was created right here in Philadelphia. With great players, architects, the whole Philadelphia, like a school of architecture. So much rich history here, and I hope going forward that young people get a sense for what that is. It's not just like I don't care about that. It's all about what I'm doing today. Take it back a little bit, gentlemen. Thank you. We'll be back more of Inside Golf in just a moment.
Okay, quick stop in Montgomery County.
Do we have time to stop at the mall?
Do we have time to hit the slopes?
Do we have time for Santa?
If we have time for wildlife at the zoo.
Do we have time for food? Do we have time for an overnight?
There's always time for more holiday magic in Montgomery County.
Hi, Tony Salucci with the Beacon Group of Companies. If your company has between 50 and 500 employees enrolled in your health insurance plan, there's a really good chance we can reduce your costs significantly and increase the benefits employees receive. How do we do it? We put you together with several thousand employers of a similar size across the country so your company can get amazing buying power. Schedule a conversation with one of our employee benefits specialists today at mybeacongroup.com.
That's it for this week's edition of Inside Golf. Hope you enjoyed our look at some of the things that were going on at the PGA Show in Orlando. And how about Harry catching up with the voice of golf, Jim Nance. And next week, our final installment from Harry and Jack Flanagan's trip to Orlando and that bigger-than-life PGA Show held every year in Orlando, Florida. I'm Harry Donahue. Remember, no matter how bad it's going for you on or off the course, don't pick up. We'll see you next week in another trip to Orlando on Inside Golf. The 28th season of Inside Golf is presented by Destination Montco Golf, the First Tee of Greater Philadelphia, the Philadelphia Association of Golf Course Superintendents, the Golf Association of Philadelphia, GAP, Jersey Man and Philly Man Magazine, and Inside Golf's partner since 1998, the Philadelphia section of the PGA.